gone ahead to trace out the straight trouser pattern. This is the front, this is the back of it. The next thing I'm going to do is to get the band, then get the pocket and the zipper fly. So I'll start with the front, then also add the seam allowance when I'm done. So I'll start with the front of the pattern. For the zipper fly, I'm going to be using 3.5 cm. So I'll mark 3.5 cm from the crotch center front here. 3.5 cm. 3.5 cm. Then I'll come down on the hip line by 1 cm also. Then I'll indicate. And of course, this is beyond 3.5 cm because of the curve. I'll just take my ruler to get the right line. I'll just connect this, then place this so that I can get the right angle. And I'll connect to the 1 cm below the hip line. And I'll extend this to the zipper fly. And the next thing I'm going to do is to just create the curve here. Ensure that you have the right measurement. So I'll take my curve and create the curvy edge for the zipper fly. So I'll just try and use go in by less than 1 cm here, just to serve as a guideline. So this is 1 cm, almost 1 cm, about 5, 6, 7, 8, 0.8 cm, just to serve as a guideline to give this zipper fly that curvy edge. It's not a standard measurement, but I have to work with something that serves as a guideline so that I can get the curve I'm looking for. You can also use freestyle, use your free hand to get the curve if that works for you. So this is the curve I'll be using for this connected. The next thing I'll do is to trace this out. So before tracing it out, I'll go ahead to create a band. so you put half an inch because there will be seam allowance on the pattern when we are done drafting. So we need to add half an inch to the center of the zip off line, center front of the zip off line. Now go ahead and measure the seam allowance using the dotted line for this. We're going to take out that also. Take out the band, cut out the band. So here I'm creating my seam allowance for the waistline. decide if you want to use this both darts. If you're using just one, you recommend this should be the dart you hold, then you eliminate this one. Now do the same thing, figure out what you have there. I have 1 cm, half 0.5, 0.5. So I'll come here, I'll add that 0.5 to this one so that everything will just be one dart. So I'll add 0.5 cm here, I'll add 0.5 cm here. From the dart length, I'll just add 0.5 cm. So the dart length here, 0.5 cm, then I'll connect it. I think I'll just increase it by add make it 4 inches plus the seam allowance. So at the end of the day I have 3.5. And I'll just connect the new dart. So I use the red marker to indicate the dart. All in all, I have 2 cm. So this will be my new dart. So this will be eliminated. So added it to this point. So when you're sewing, you hold the darts. Add the extra half an inch for the band. Since this is 1 inch, so make sure you have add extra half an inch to make it 1 inch for the back. So I'll go ahead to just tip this down because this pattern paper is very soft. So in order to get this slanted pocket, I'll be using the straight trouser block. I'm gonna head to add the seam allowance. So now I'll come here with this line, the top waist, not the seam allowance because this is 1/2 inch. Come here, I'll measure from using 2 inches. Okay. Then I'll take it down by 6.5 inches. Go ahead to connect the measurement together. So go ahead to connect this measurement of 2 inches to 6.5. This is it. Then I will extend this to the seam allowance like this. From this line here, I'll just go in by 1.5. This will serve as a guideline for me to draw the shape of the pocket. It's not compulsory, you can freestyle it, just curving, but I'll be using this as a guideline. So I'll just extend it to this part. Okay. paper, go ahead and place it underneath the pattern. Then I'll trace out the pockets on the pocket bag. So before that, I'll go ahead to use the green marker pen to make this more visible. Out the pocket and the pocket bag. So I'll go ahead to add a seam allowance. So I've added seam allowance in the down part, and I've added seam allowance here. So for the pockets, I'm gonna head to mark it out. So this is the pocket itself. Now I'll go ahead to add seam allowance on the slanted part of the pocket. I've already added seam allowance on the side, and then at the down part and at the side.